Hi, everybody. Welcome to my backyard. We decided to change things up a little bit tonight because why not? Because we can. So I'm inviting you to making sure we're all on everywhere, inviting you to our backyard. Still have a lot of work to do. I have a lot of planters I need to take care of. I have a lot of bushes and flowers and everything that need to be trimmed and fertilized, and a few things that didn't come back this season I need to dig up. But I just thought it might be fun to sit outside. It's a beautiful night here in Pennsylvania. Invite you into my home and celebrate the finale of our Just Jill shop 4-year anniversary, with, of course, right on cue, an airplane going overhead. I don't know if you can hear that or not. That's why I have in my earbuds. But let us know when you're in. I know this is a little bit different night than what we usually do. Hi, Carolyn. Thanks for being here. I had to adjust the time tonight. I have some things I have to do to get ready for contractors tomorrow and the dogs and all kinds of stuff. So I gave myself the gift of 1 hour in time by starting a little bit early tonight. So I'm so glad to have you here, and thank you so much for adjusting your schedule to hang out with us tonight. So hey, Teresa from Ohio, thank you, thank you. We love our backyard. Hi, Mary. Hi, Lauren. Great to see you. Yeah, this is where we spend a lot of our time. You can't really see it. Hi, David. How are you? You can't really see it, but like over this way, we have a mini outdoor kitchen, meaning it's a built-in grill. We have a little refrigerator and a nice countertop. Nothing fancy. We did this project. Doug and I were talking about it the other day. We did this project back in like 2009. So, it's been about 16 years since we did this project. But, we love sitting out here. Obviously, the table that everything is set on here is a nice big table. I love to grill out. So I think just grilling is so easy. It's so quick and easy to do a protein, wrap up some veggies in some foil, throw those on the grill. My dad taught me how to grill, so I enjoy doing that. And then we have a fire table there. We usually have cushions, and we sit underneath that beautiful red maple tree quite a bit. And then it's not open, but it will be in a couple weeks. We have a pool, so it's and that's a lot of work. Looks pretty, a lot of work. I'm anxious to see how the dogs do, if they are going to be water dogs or not. Of our 4 Rottweilers that we've had prior to Kelsey and Tug, Duke and Broski loved to swim. Duke was our first. He loved to swim. He would be the first one in the pool and the last one out of the pool, even if that meant it was 7 hours. I mean, he wouldn't swim the whole time, but he would. I'm going to hold my stand here. He would stay in the pool, and I would say he would like swim like Esther Williams. Like he would just glide so gracefully from one side to the other. Broski loved to splash and eat his splash. Wilbert freaked out whenever there was anybody in the pool, especially the kids. If kids went underwater, like if they were diving in or we were playing a game or Marco Polo or whatever, if the kids were underwater, he was panicked until he saw them come back up. Like he would stand over on the side, he'd salivating, and he would run around and around and around the pool. So it's like that was his exercise. He was excited everybody was in the pool, but he wasn't going in. He did not like the water that much. And Minnie didn't want anything to do with it. We have a little love seat over here on the deck. She would sit in that love seat and just watch everybody all day. She was like, I'm not getting my fur wet. So we'll see what happens with Kelsey and Tug once we open up the pool. I have no idea what to expect.
They haven't had a thing they hated yet.
Kylie said there hasn't been anything that the new dogs have hated yet, but you never know, right? They can be a little skittish about new things. So we'll see what happens. Saying hi to everybody who's jumping in. Hi, everybody. I see Liv and Janice and Anne and Cindy and Paula, Arlene. Hi, everybody. So we're hoping that it, gets dark here, obviously, as our live goes on. Maybe some of the lanterns and things will turn on and glow, and it's just a different experience. I wanted to try something different. We did our Facebook Live last night with Dr. Adrienne Deness. Isn't she great? I hope you enjoyed that. And, whether you bought anything or not, maybe you just learned a little bit about some things that you could be adding to your skincare regimen if you're feeling like what you're using isn't quite delivering the results you were hoping for. Adrienne is one of the smartest women I know, and she really is so in tune with not only the dermatological side of things, but just medicine in general. So I hope that you learned some things from our conversation last night if you were with us. Hi, Shirley. Hi, Karen. Hi, Gina. Thanks for stopping in, everybody. Mary, yes, our pool is an in-ground pool. All right, so let's talk about some things because this is the finale of our 4-year anniversary celebration. We actually are going to introduce you to a brand new vendor tonight, which I'm excited to tell you about, something delicious, enjoyable. I made up some crab cakes. So I want to show you Chef Mike's incredible jumbo lump crab cakes that we have special offer on right now. Usually you get 8 pieces. He's doing a bonus 10 pieces for the price of 8. Some of the best crab cakes you'll ever have, and every review on those crab cakes is 5 stars. So I know they're not the most inexpensive item, but if you compare it to what you would pay out in restaurants, I know in this area, like a good crab cake easily can be $30. Usually 1 for 34, 2 for 58, right? Chef Mike's are fantastic, and there's no filler. It's all jumbo lump crab meat. He uses a seafood mousse to help bind it together, a little mustard, a little green onion, just a smidge, and perfection. So I cooked up a couple of those. I'll break them open for you. We have some special sales we're going to talk to you about, and then a couple fun outdoor products that we haven't had a chance to talk about in a while, or that maybe have been up on the site, but I haven't presented, and we get questions once in a while about them. So I thought we would cover those things too. A reminder about a couple other specials that are going on that will expire at the end of the month, which means they expire at the end of the day on Wednesday. You can still get, and this is important if you're trying to think of things for Mother's Day, your daughter-in-law, all Power Beads bracelets are normally $49. They're marked down to $39. All styles, all designs, with the exception of our philanthropic bracelets. So if you want something with color, if you want a particular theme, whether it is inspirational, religious-based, cute and whimsy, pet-oriented, angels, flowers, whatever it might be sure to check out Power Beads by Jen. Those are genuine, natural of origin beads. And then the little charm that, sort of says a little bit about you. They've been $49 every year since we launched Just Jill. There's never been a price increase on those. And Jen does special offers for us at special times of year. So today's your chance to stock up $39 for Power Beads. That offer goes away end of day tomorrow. Also from my friend Rachel from Southern Root Sisters. If you're somebody who would like to do some baking once in a while, but don't want to have all the ingredients from scratch on hand, you don't want to make big batches of things, be sure to check out our Southern Root Sisters cookie mixes. Everything from a white chocolate snickerdoodle to caramel to turtle to oatmeal to great chocolate chip. 2 ingredients is usually what you need. You need an egg and either butter or egg and shortening. And we do bonus packs there. So you really get 4 bags for the price of 3. And we also have all of her delicious award-winning pepper jellies, everything from a peach pepper jelly, a blackberry pepper jelly, we have apple butters, all kinds of things. And with any Southern Roots Sisters purchase, you'll get a 2-ounce pepper jam as a gift from Rachel to say thank you for shopping with her here at Just Jill. That offer goes away at the end of the day tomorrow as well. In addition to that, if you love our home fragrances, now is the time to stock up because Candlemaker Ed is including with every fragrance purchase, whether it's a single, a double, a duo, whatever it might be, you'll get a 2-ounce room spray with every Just Jill home fragrance candle purchase. So whether you're doing one of our 10-ounce candles, which is one of our best sellers, 1 for 36, 2 for 40. Is it 48 or 49, Kylie? Can you just check real quick? I can't remember. I think it's 48. It might be 49. Stand by. Okay, Kylie's looking it up for me. Thank you for all the happy anniversary messages too. Thank you. It's been a great 4 years. Thank you. I should be thanking all of you. Thank you. Set of 2 candles is how much? 49. So one for 36, two for 49, right? So that's the deal. Less than $25 a candle, made in the USA, soy, wax, all essential natural oils. But you get a 2-ounce room spray with whether you do a single, a double, this, and one of our larger bottle room sprays, like whatever you choose from Home Fragrances, you'll get a room spray. That also includes, by the way, our big jar candles that so many of you love. This is the Big Daddy. Gives you about 160 hours of fragrance and candlelight. You can reuse this jar when you're done with other tea lights or fairy lights, which is really pretty. So try our room sprays. That 2-ounce bottle that Ed's including, that will give you about 400 spritzes. And you really only need 2 to 3 spritzes to fill up a room with the fragrances. If you need recommendations, certainly look in the chat. I would love for all of you to make your recommendations on maybe where to start with the Just Jill fragrances. I love our home fragrance. That was, Ed made that for me based on another brand's candle and fragrance that I'd always loved, and I wanted ours to be better. It's more of a sugared fruit, but with a little bit. My fragrances, I think, are always clean. They don't stop you in your tracks. They kind of just let you pass through them while you enjoy them. So our home fragrance is how I want my home to smell all of the time. Kylie can tell you I'm always spritzing our home fragrance. I love it. It makes me happy. I like to spray it in my bedroom. I like to spray it in the kitchen. I like to spray it in the living room. I spray it in our sunroom where the dogs hang out quite a bit. I just love it. And it's sugared mandarin and pomelo, lush greens, fresh mountain air. So there's just like this nice clean note running through it. It's sugared. So again, there's just a hint of sweet. It's very nice. Another one I would recommend this time of year is our fresh cut grass. That's kind of becoming a little cult favorite. Ed and I were laughing about like, oh my gosh, like people are really jumping on the fresh cut grass bandwagon. Lemon pound cake, another great bakery note, very clean. If you've tried Slatkin's limoncello cupcake, I would say that ours is rivaling it. 100%. I think it rivals it. And if you love Amazing Grace as a personal fragrance, then I would direct you to our With Grace fragrance. It's what inspired that. It's very similar, clean, feminine, easy to be around. And what I also love is so many of you have told us that while you have always wanted to burn candles in your home or use room sprays or love the idea of wax melts, we have wax melts too. So if you have those little melt units, go to town with those. I do them in my kitchen all the time. But people tell us they've never been able to be around candles and other fragrances until ours. And I think it's just because, again, it all comes down to ingredients, and we're making sure that, we're not using paraffin, we're using soy, we're using natural essential oils, we're using premium ingredients. And I think that that's important to the whole, not only fragrance experience, but just also making sure it's comfortable for you to be around. So check those out. Mary, I see your comment about cleaning out the mason jar when you're finished with the candle. So really, there shouldn't be much wax left. But what I do is I pop it in the freezer. Pop it in the freezer overnight, then pull it out, take a little knife, put it down in there. It should lift out really easily, and then you're good to go. So very, very simple. All right, so the Grace is so easy on allergies. Oh, I'm glad you enjoy that, Joy. I love that fragrance. I think it's so, it's just very centering, I think. And again, certainly inspired by Philosophy's incredible fragrance, and what I also learned about fragrance from Christina Carlino, who was the original founder of the Philosophy Beauty Company. She taught me a lot about beauty, about life, but also about fragrances and what you don't want them to be. Yeah. So, all right. So, candles. So that's another bonus if you want that extra bonus. And that spray, I don't know what scent you're going to get. That's Candle Maker Ed's choice, but it's a nice little bonus and, great for a refresh of your home. All right. Let's talk about a couple of cute. Well, do you want to talk about crab cakes real quick? Maybe I should do that while they're still warm and then I can eat.
I still think I should do an
Kylie thinks that she should be doing an off-screen tasting as well. Of course, she will get one. And then I've got to save one for Doug, too. So let's talk about crab cakes. If you've tried our crab cakes, please make a comment in our chat. Let us know. Do you like them? What was your experience? There they are. So these are made by a good friend of mine, Chef Mike Myers. Chef Mike is started in the restaurant business. His family used to own a place in Wawa, Pennsylvania called the Lobster Pot, really well known. He worked in his dad's kitchen, went on to, culinary school, an executive chef, happened to be the chef at a restaurant not far from where Doug and I live, and called the Farmhouse. And we would go to the Farmhouse and I would order their crab cakes. And every single time, like it's almost like Doug was waiting for me to say it, I would take one bite and say, these are the best crab cakes I've ever had. Well, then we met Chef Mike, who was wanting to start making his own crab cakes and putting them out there as a business. And when he said, "Yeah, and I used to be the crab, the chef at the Farmhouse, and made the crab cakes," I was like, "Those are my most favorite crab cakes ever. Wait, these are those crab cakes?" Yeah, these are those crab cakes. So here's the Chef Mike difference. First of all, these are 5-ounce crab cakes and they have no filler. There's no bread, they're gluten-free, there's no breadcrumbs, cracker crumbs, anything like that. What he does is, again, this is a very chef-trained way to do this. He takes all of the delicious jumbo lump crab meat. I'm gonna break this open so you can see on the inside that it's nothing but crab. You see there? It's crab, 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 crab. What's holding it together is simply the best ever. The seafood mousse that he makes his own stock, adds a little cream, whips it up, folds that in with the fresh crab meat, adds a little mustard, adds just a smidge of green onion that gives it a little bit of color. And what Chef Mike does, which I think is really brilliant and how he delivers it to all of you, is that he actually pan sears each one. So each of your crab cakes will come in its own individual little plastic container wrapped up in some parchment paper. And you'll notice that one side of it will look like this when you get it. It'll already be browned. He does that because that also helps to hold the cake together, since there isn't a lot of bread or other ingredients helping to hold it together. All you have to do is thaw them out in your refrigerator the night before, turn on your oven to 375, put them on a cookie sheet with the prepared side down. So the side that he's already browned goes down. Put it in your oven for about 15 minutes, then put it on broil. Put these underneath the broiler for about 3 minutes so they get nice and bubbly brown on top, and then serve. It's so easy. We usually do these crab cakes, a set of 8 of them, and they're $169. And I know some of you just went, "What? That is a lot of money, Joe." Remember, this is fresh seafood. I can't ship it to you ground. I have to ship it to you 2-day air with ice. And so that comes at an extra expense. It just is what it is. I try to be as transparent as I can with you. I'm not getting rich on this business, everybody. So, we don't make a ton of money when you buy these crab cakes. I'd rather have Chef Mike make the money, frankly. So, I know $169 is a lot of money, but a lot of that is the shipping to get it to you so it's nice and fresh. We usually do 8 cakes for that price. Thank you, Carla. I'm so glad you've tried them. We're doing 10 cakes for this price. So it works out to be about $16.90 a crab cake delivered to your door. You know how much you've paid for cruddy crab cakes in the restaurants. If they haven't lived up to expectation and you've spent all that money, isn't it so disappointing? Susan said they're fantastic. Yum. They are. So think ahead to Mother's Day. Mike makes these fresh. They're not sitting in a freezer. He makes them fresh, usually Sunday. He makes them fresh on Sunday. They ship out Monday. He makes more on Monday. They ship out Tuesday. Sometimes he makes them fresh Tuesday, ships them out Tuesday afternoon. But if you want them for Mother's Day, you want to go ahead and place your order. You'll have them next week. If you want to take advantage of this special price break, so you have them for Memorial Day, all you'll need to do is put these in your freezer. And again, take them out the night before, let them thaw out, and then mm, absolutely enjoy. Mm. Aren't they good, Kylie?
Yeah, they're really good.
Kylie's like, they're really, 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 really good. I keep breaking into this because I want you to see, like, that's nothing but crab meat, everybody. Crab, crab, crab. They're so good, Janice. I know it's so rude of me. but I didn't have dinner. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna break open this whole crab cake, okay? Because I want you to see every little bit, jumbo lumps, like everything. It's just nothing but crab meat. And that is why I say they're the best crab cakes I've ever had. And I'm honored and thrilled that I can offer you that quality from Just Jill. Here's the truth. I presented a lot of food in my career on television. That's just the foil, Kylie, here. Ah, it's running away. I've presented a lot of food in my years on television. You all know that. I presented a lot of crab cakes. They're not like this. These are 5 ounces in size. A lot of those that you see presented look like they're going to have jumbo lumps in them. They style them to put a couple pieces on top, and then they don't use as much on the inside. It's just the truth. They're very bready. They use a lot of cracker, right? It's just not a true immersive total seafood experience. And the difference with Chef Mike's is it's just, again, look at that. Nothing, you can see the lumps all throughout, every little bit. Nothing but delicious crab meat. So all I can also say is, oh, and I see Terry, they are very good. Remind me how long they can stay frozen before use. 3 to 6 months. You should be fine. These that I took out today have been in my freezer probably since January. So, and it's almost May, and they're fantastic. So good. That's like one of my most favorite meals in the world is crab cakes. How about all of you? Do you like them? I love them. All right. You know what, Kylie? We should probably cover that back up so that you and Dad can have one later. All right. So check out the crab cakes. You get 10 5-ounce crab cakes delivered. Works out to be $16.90 a crab cake. Usually we do 8 of them for that price, and they're worth every penny. But do that set of 10. Do a bill to ship to your mom, to your sister-in-law, your daughter, or have them delivered to your home. And when people are coming to see you over the long Memorial Day weekend, do your burgers and dogs one day and maybe do crab cakes for another. They're also nice that they're individual. So again, like you could have a crab cake every week, make a sandwich out of it, do a crab cake Benedict, for a little brunch, a little special brunch. I love a good crab cake sandwich personally, or I love a crab cake on a Caesar salad. That's probably one of my most favorite meals in the world. Maybe it's something I've ordered more than anything else anywhere. I love a good Caesar salad and you put crab cake on top. I don't know, to me, there's nothing better. So enjoyable. Let's just keep with the food for a second. I have more things I'm going to talk to you about, but we have another new offer from our friends at Churchy's. So Churchy's Mustard is an award-winning mustard and condiment company. They're located not far from where I live here in Pennsylvania. You'll find them in specialty food stores, and we've loved our partnership with Churchy's. If you've tried the Churchy's mustards and offers, please let everybody know about them, because I think your word of mouth is probably, frankly, more valuable than me talking about it. I know there are people who are skeptical. I'm skeptical too. And you might think, oh, well, it's her company. Of course she's going to rave about it. Well, the one thing I will say is, I built my career around the idea of ethics and integrity and trust. And I never wanted anybody to receive a product and say, oh, that Jill Bauer, she tricked me. So it's very important to me that in my own business, now where I'm under complete control of the products that we present, that it does hit the Jill standard. So please know I wouldn't be offering them at Just Jill if I didn't believe in the product, the quality, the company, the people behind it, etc. And that's certainly the case with Churchy's, because this is just this little gourmet company that I've seen in so many little stores over the years, and they deliver an incredible product. And so give me a second, I'm going to pull the items that I have for you here, because they put together a new set for us. They were working, we've done some fun like mustard and pretzel sets with them before. Sadly, the pretzel company out of Reading that Churchy's had been working with, some of you have ordered that set. We used to do a big like 3-pound bag of pretzels. with a whole bunch of mustards to go with it. That company went out of business. Don't you hate that? Like that was a company that had been around for like 80 years. Breaks my heart. So the good news is Team Churchies found another small local Pennsylvania pretzel purveyor, and that's Tom Sturgis. And so you're going to get a bag of the Tom Sturgis pretzels. They've been around since 1861. They have been creating their incredible pretzels out in Reading, Pennsylvania. So you're going to get your bag of pretzel sticks, okay? Tom Sturgis pretzel sticks. And then we put together my two favorite mustards. You're going to get the award-winning champagne mustard, and you're going to get the hot banana pepper mustard. So again, I want to make things easy for you. If you're entertaining, we're getting to that time of year where people are coming over. You're going to be invited places. Somebody's going to stop by. What are you going to put out? Let me tell you, when it's hot out and you don't feel like cooking and you're worried about things melting or, like not holding up to the heat, what's wrong with some pretzels and some incredible gourmet mustards to go with it? These gourmet mustards can also go on your hamburgers, your hot dogs, your kielbasa. Put these on the side with the crab cake. That hot banana pepper with the crab cake could be incredible. So we did a special. This is on sale. What's the sale price on this, Kylie? Can you look that up for me? Do y'all mind if I have one? Because the hot banana pepper mustard I love. It's my most favorite. I love it.
It's on sale for $36.
On sale for $36, and that's delivered. Remember that's no matter where you live. So I'm gonna open up the. Oh, it's so good. So here's another thing that you may not know about me. Before we started carrying Churchies, I don't like mustard. I don't like mustard. When I was in 9th grade, I was wearing a brand new pair of jeans, 501 Levi's, out to lunch on the quad where I grew up in Southern California, had on my little cute penny loafers. I remember the whole outfit. I had green little cable socks on, my Bass Weejan penny loafers, my brand new darker wash 501 Levi jeans, and this little plaid shirt, cute little preppy shirt, navy with like a red and green and a little yellow sort of window pane plaid through it. Well, these two friends, guys I grew up with, Brett and Mark, total surfer dudes, like the Spicolis of my high school. They came on each side of me with mustard packets on the ground and stomped on the mustard packet, and the mustard squirted me from both sides. I was double mustarded. And the worst part was, like, what mustard smells like. Like it was either during our snack period. I think it was lunch. It was during lunch. I had to sit there for the next few hours in class, and all I could smell was yellow mustard. And to this day, I won't touch yellow mustard with a 10-foot pole. And I never really thought I would like mustard, but I kept hearing so much about Churchies that I was like, okay, well, let's get a sample and I'll try it. And then I tried it and I couldn't stop eating it. You know how there's jelly, right? Good old Welch's grape, clumpy uppy jelly. And then there's like homemade jam. And there's such a difference. Well, that's the difference here. Like when you look at even the consistency, this is the one made from the banana peppers. Like the consistency is more creamy. So good and delicious, by the way. I mean, these pretzels are a good find. Oh, Lisa, Tom Sturgis Pretzels. You went to Cutstown. Oh, I love it. That's awesome. They are really good. I agree with you. And there is a difference. Let me tell you, Philadelphia area, we are very particular about our pretzels. And there are good pretzels, and then there's not. And these are good pretzels. Like these aren't like rolled gold, okay? These are like, they're a little more tender when you bite into them. Good crunch, not overly salty. Yum. All right. So I love that little offer. That might also be something you do a build to ship to yourself and or you just order it for yourself, but then tuck it away because maybe that would be a fun thing to give your dad for Father's Day. Like my dad used to love stuff like that. And then he would get inspired. My dad was a bit of a foodie. He would get inspired and maybe do like charcuterie, do some meats and cheeses, and then put the fancy mustard with it. So think about that too. I'm such a big like cheese plate person. It's like my most favorite thing in the world. Like sometimes Kylie and I, when we are like working, we go down to our beach house a lot and work. And I'll say, how about for dinner we just do like charcuterie? And so I'll do some sliced meat, some cheese. There's usually something to dip in, maybe some dried fruit, some nuts. What else do I usually put on there, Kylie? Some good like parm crisps. Sometimes I'll do a soft bread, maybe little peppadews. Like I just love all that stuff. It's so good. All right. Huh?
Or girl dinner.
Girl dinner. Hey, I believe in the girl dinner. So good. Okay, pretzels and mustard. Fun new offer from Churchies. Check out our whole Churchies assortment. There's salsas there. There's other mustard samplers. The packaging is really great. So be sure to check that out. And then one more food vendor I want to tell you about, brand new. We're debuting Miss Moffet's Cookies tonight on Just Jill. So would you hand me one of those boxes, honey? So what you're going to get here, all right, so this is another local to Pennsylvania company, and they're located in Norristown, Pennsylvania. And Karen Moffett is a single mom, and she had her kids. Then they became, flown and grown, right? They were in college. One went into the service, and her way of sending a hug to her kids was to send them care packages with cookies. And every time the kids would receive the cookies and their friends would taste them, their friends would be like, those are the best cookies ever. And then the kids would start posting about their mom's cookies on Facebook, and they're like this little swell of like social media started. And Karen decided to turn it into a bona fide company. So Bernadette actually found this by the recommendation of our friends at Churchies. So again, like nice to like work within that circle. Love small women owned businesses, and that's what these are. So we have a couple choices for you. We put together a pack of their bars, and I'm going to show them to you. You'll get 4 of the salted chocolate caramel bars and 4 of the raspberry white chocolate bars. Enjoyable. Each one of those is over 4 ounces each. You'll get 8 of those. They come packaged like this. Or if you're a cookie lover, Kylie, could you hand me that box of cookies? Thank you. You're going to get a baker's dozen of cookies. Usually Little Miss Moffet sells cookies by the dozen. Karen's going to do an extra cookie for all of you here at Just Jill, her choice, baker's choice. And you can choose from either her classic, which is the best chocolate chip and oatmeal raisin. Within that 2 flavor pack, there's also vegan versions. So for those of you who maybe have kids, grandkids, they're not doing dairy, they're trying to really do a true vegan diet. We have vegan versions of the chocolate chip and the oatmeal raisin. All right, so that's one duo. Chocolate chip, oatmeal raisin. You can decide if you want regular or vegan. Or for the non-chocolate people, we did 6 of the lemon cookies, 6 of the luau cookie. The luau cookie is coconut, dried pineapple, and white chocolate chips. And again, you'll get a bonus cookie in all of those. So let me show them to you so we can see what we're talking about here. All right. So for those bar cookies I was telling you about, David, thank you for the vegan option. Looking forward to trying these. Oh, David, awesome. I love that. Thank you for your response there, because I thought that was kind of a cool offering, and we aren't always able to do that, but I love that Little Miss Moffet does. Okay, so here is, hello. This is a base of a white chocolate kind of cake cookie base, smothered then in raspberry, more of that batter on top, and finish with white chocolate chips. Okay, and that's one, and you get 4 of those. You can easily cut this into quarters. I'm going to show that to you. And then you get 4 of this salted caramel dark chocolate crumble bar. What? Look at it. Right? Look at that. And you taste it. Look how good that is. All right. So that's what's in your pack of bars. And I just want to show you something. If you cut those bars, because if you're entertaining, if you cut those bars in half, that's still a really big serving, especially if you're doing a lot of different desserts. I love it when I can do this because I think sometimes you just want a bite, right? So you could turn each of those, if you're getting 8 bars total, and you cut those 8 bars into 4 nice pieces like this, now you've got 32 pieces to put out on a dessert buffet. Or think about it this way. You could just maybe need to do a small platter of things mixed in with other things that you've made. So you just have to cut up a couple of these and you have them. So there's that. I'm going to cut this one for you too, just so you can see the inside. Oh, that's the inside. So it's not like just the chocolate chips were on the outside. It's on the inside too, right? So good. And then here's a look at the cookies. So here's the chocolate chip. Yummy. And here's what you'll love too. Soft and filled with chips. Here's the oatmeal raisin. I'm kind of an oatmeal raisin connoisseur. It's like one of my favorite cookies. You can see here, like, look at all of the yummy raisins and the softness in there. I mean, look, it's just falling. Then here is, oh, this one's good. Fresh lemon juice, fresh lemon zest, a lemon glaze while it's still warm. So this is the lemon cookie. And again, so think of it like a pillowy sugar cookie base, but with that hint of real lemon. And I love the little glaze on top. Oh, I'm going to have a bite. Don't worry. And then here's that luau cookie. And this again is coconut, pineapple. God, my grandfather would have loved this. And white chocolate chips on the inside. You can see, like, look how good. There's some white chocolate for you. There's some pineapple. All right, let me have a little taste of that one. Mm. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. And just because it's here, I have to try that for you. Ready? Mm-hmm. Yum. All right. So we haven't had a cookie vendor in a while. You've been asking us to bring you a good quality. Not always easy. Oh, the other thing I want to show you real quickly, if I wasn't trying to be really good with my eating right now, I could put on a Tom Cruise movie and eat that whole plate of dessert. But each cookie, each bar individually wrapped. So again, I love that. When you get them at home, so here's the thing. She ships these 2-day. So when you look at the price, again, they're going to be a little bit more expensive than you may be expecting. But they're shipped 2 days because she bakes them fresh and gets them out to you. You know what happens with good baked goods. You can't let them sit too long. You don't want to lose any time in transit to enjoy the experience. So when you get your cookies at home, either put them in the freezer and then pull them out at will, or if you plan on eating them within a week to 10 days, put them in your refrigerator. All right. So in the refrigerator for a week to 10 days, or in your freezer and pull out at will. They'll last in your freezer for up to 6 months. Okay. So if you have any questions about Miss Moffat's, let me know. Again, the vegan version is the box, and it's David, if you didn't find it, you just go to the set that has the chocolate chip and the oatmeal raisin, and you can order the regular, recipe, or you click down the drop down and that will be the vegan version. Okay. All right. I'm excited for you to try those because we've been wanting to find a really good baked goods vendor. And I think we found them right here in Pennsylvania, which I love. I love supporting Local businesses, I love supporting, small women-owned businesses. Um, Listen, it's not easy. It's not easy being an entrepreneur. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of sweat and tears, more tears sometimes than you probably know. It's a lot of long days. And I love that I can use my platform to maybe get the word out about some of these brands. So if you're looking for a good sweet or you want to do a build to ship to, Little Miss Moffet. Okay. All right, Kylie. We just gave you appetizer, dinner, and dessert. What about to drink? So last week, we showed you that we added some new designs to our Lolita hand-painted wine glass assortment, and you all went bananas. I'm so happy you were excited. We kind of changed the way we're offering these. We used to just do a duo of the same design, and your feedback was, is there any way I could get the one glass from the one set and the one glass from the other set? So we worked with Enesco, who, is part of the Lolita brand, and said, how can we do this? And so what we've done now is we have about couple dozen choices of Lolita glasses over at justjillshop.com. And remember, when you see the price, remember shipping and handling is included with that price. You won't have an extra shipping charge at the end of your checkout. But what we've decided to do is this. So one Lolita glass, all hand painted. This is one of the new ones we're just adding this week. This is our sunflower. And then wait, are you ready? The perfect pooches. Oh my God, it made me so happy. And we have tons of other designs I'll show you. One glass is $36. And it comes in, they're packaged beautifully. It comes in containers like this. But if you buy two, so you can choose the two you want. When you buy two, we take $6 off per glass. And so instead of two being $72, 36 and 36, the set of two becomes $60. So the set of two becomes $30 a glass delivered, that's your shipping included. So you all seem to respond to that. And I'm thrilled that worked for you. I think it's a better option too, because you can really customize and get the exact patterns you want. So brand new, we didn't show you these last week. I love this sunflower. Look at the stem with the little crystals and then the painted sunflower on the bottom. This one is the cute little poochies. So look at all the little doggies, the paw prints. Look at the bones on the stem. Like, wouldn't that be so cute for your dog walker? I love it. Your vet, so cute. All right. And then here's just a couple other patterns. You can see all of them over at Just Jill Shop, but just so you can see, if you wanted to have a specific one, this one actually has this really beautiful tulip pattern on the front. I think this is the one that says Happy Mother's Day on the back, doesn't it, Kylie? And then on the back, it says Happy Mother's Day. So there on the front, Mary said, I ordered the cardinal and the turtles. They should arrive soon. I love that cardinal one. The cardinal is one that I actually owned. Doug and the kids bought it for me before we even carried Lolita here at Just Jill. And I have a nice history with the Lolita brand. I worked closely with the team from Lolita when I was at QVC and had my Your Home with Jill show, and did some, designs with them and some poetry on the bottom. And, it was a really nice experience. So thrilled. I love how things can go full circle. Thrilled to have it back. So here is this beautiful tulip design. It says Happy Mother's Day on the back. Let me close this up real quick, put it away the right way for you. And I'll show you a couple of the other designs that we have, and then I'll move on because I have like 6 or 7 more things I want to share with you. But here's the cardinal one that I have with the pretty cherry blossoms. And here is, oh, I love this new one. This is like a matte finish with the blue flowers all over it. So if you love blue and white, and one of my favorite combinations, that one is great. This one is so pretty. This one is pretty as a peony. You can see like all the designs, and there's better shots of these all over at Just Jill Shop. And remember, just because I'm talking about these items in our live stream tonight, we have 1,000 items available for purchase in all different categories over at the shop. These are just the ones we pulled together for a little theme tonight. But if you are wanting to see more of what we have available, there's so much more over at justjillshop.com. Oh, this one's really pretty. I have to show this one to you in person. A lot of you were loving this one. This is one of Kylie's favorites too. Look how pretty. So colorful and all hand painted. Isn't that nice? I love that. That's really pretty. All right. So those are the Lolita glasses. Remember, one is 36, but if you buy more than one, you get $6 off each glass and they become $30 a piece. And that's really that's your great value. Buy one, keep one for yourself. Okay. Also, last call, we only have a couple left of this beautiful Jim Shore angel. And again, Mother's Day, maybe a new baby in the family, a sweet, beautiful angel to look over. And this is signed by Jim. So Jim does exclusive signings only for Just Jill. We get to pick the pieces. He signs a very small amount just for us. And we only have a couple left with Jim's signature on this angel. So again, special. We'll have Jim back probably in the summer sometime. I'm hoping to see him when I go to Ireland. Did you know I was going to Ireland? I'm going to Ireland. More on that later. But here is this beautiful, look how pretty she is. Look at her face. And she's holding this gorgeous bouquet. Look at the detail on her wings. Like it's almost like this pretty floral motif on the wing. She's in this soft blue dress. You can see all of the detail. Then there's pink and blue. And again, signed on the bottom by Jim Shore. All right, so that is available. We only have a few left, and when they're gone, they're gone. We do limited editions with Jim on those signed pieces. Also, special deal. All right, we're down to our final quantities on our Real Touch tulips, which I love. So many of you have commented about the quality. I love these too. Again, these are not plasticky. They're not fabric. They have this realistic touch to them. We did a bundle of 7. It comes just like this. You get all stages of growth, which makes them look even more realistic. You can choose from the yellow. You can see the pink right there, or we have it available for you in the limelight, which is white with a little bit of green to it. And I'm pretty sure Kylie's sale price on these. Sale price is, stand by. Aren't they pretty? Look how pretty they are. $24. That is a screaming deal. Beautiful quality. Again, this is Real Touch. That's the kind of moniker you want to be looking for. And I shared this before with you too. If you were lucky enough to shop when Lisa Robertson had her beautiful shop online, she did a lot of faux florals. We work with the exact same manufacturer. So if you know that quality, or you've had experience with the Real Touch faux florals out in the marketplace, that's what this is. And again, on sale for $24. It's a great price point. You get 7 stems, everything from, I love the little smaller bud that kind of hasn't quite matured yet, to some of the larger pieces there. And, here I just stuck it in a little vase that I happen to have. Lisa said, I love the tulips. I have the limelight. I'm so glad. And you can keep it out year round too. Don't you think, Patty? Maybe not Christmas time, but I mean, I know that the tulip season is usually right towards the beginning of the spring, but tulips just make me happy. I think you can keep them out all spring and summer. There's no reason why you can't enjoy these. And what a great gift for mom. Like maybe go find a cute little vase for her, go to a thrift shop, or, go to the little, local Salvation Army or Goodwill near you and find just like an old vintage little glass vase. And she never has to worry about watering them. They're never going to droop. They're never going to, like, what happens to tulips? They kind of just like, lay down and they're done. Here, they'll always stand at attention. These are wired too. So you can really put these in an arrangement however you'd like, having them, spaced out or just sort of random. They're just beautiful. So yellow, pink, and limelight. And when those are gone, they are done for the season. Okay. Can you see our Lumi's lanterns back there? As it starts to get a little bit darker, we'll see a little bit more glow from those. But the beauty of those is that they are made of Tyvek, which is the same material that homes are wrapped in before the shingles or siding are put onto the house. It is a water, wind, weather protectant barrier around the structure of your house. It's like an inner layer that's designed to protect your home. Well, it has to be durable. So this company Loomies that we work with that helps to color your garden created these incredible lanterns out of that material. So I'll talk about them again in just a little bit. Hopefully it'll get a little bit darker here in the next 10 minutes or so. So you'll really be able to see them. But that little one right there, that's a new shape. It's called the tulip. We have these shapes and more and other colors over at justjillshop.com. And Kylie took some incredible photos for those. So you really can see each pattern, how it's different, what it looks like. They're awesome. So be sure to check those out. And then I also wanted to let you know, here's another pretty little spring gift with birthdays and Mother's Day coming up. Have you seen our little glow domes? So these were made of porcelain and they have the prettiest little scenes that go with them. So you're going to get this dome here. Here's what you're going to get. Take this one here. This is how it will come to you. And I'll show you the different designs. So you'll choose your design. It's made of porcelain. Okay, this isn't plastic. It's a beautiful thin-walled porcelain that they've created this pattern. You'll get this little dish and you'll get a small little battery operated light that goes on the inside, and you can replace those batteries. But what we also sell that many of you pick up as an extra purchase is this illuminated base. And it allows the glow of isn't that pretty with the butterflies? That gives far more glow. You'll still get a pretty glow with the little LED, little light capsule that comes with it. And the batteries are included there. But again, you're going to have to change out those batteries over time. What I love about this base is that you'll get a remote. It can be on a timer. It burns a little bit brighter. So I feel like it's an investment where you get a little more bang for your buck, especially if you want this for yourself. If you're giving it as a gift, I think giving it as it comes is beautiful and lovely and people will love it. But I do think having the base is a nice extra if you can do it. So there's the butterfly. So pretty. I love how this has little cutouts too, and the different sizes and types of butterflies. Then we have it for you for all my cat lovers. See the cat? Isn't that sweet? The little butterfly, or butterfly on its nose and the little flowers. And then we have, oh, sweet puppies, doggy, little puppies in the field. Sorry, it gets the light. There you go. Isn't that cute? I'll hold it closer. There you go. So look at the detail all the way around. The grass, the daisies, different poses. Oh, so sweet. And then the first one that I showed you has these little bunnies, which again, just make me smile. So really pretty little glows, very nice. And we have a lot more choices than what I just showed you, but we pulled the couple that kind of are like springtime. But there's so many different options for you. We do a lot of these. These are really popular during the holidays, as you might imagine. And they come packaged in the gift box really nice too. So for gift giving, I think that they're a really good item. And then let me also show you, speaking of dogs and cats, I've never had a chance to show you these cute little planters. So they're a smaller size, obviously. So again, you could use these indoors with your African violet. If you like to do small plantings, maybe you do some herbs in this. You could plant this to the top and do some of your sedum or your hens and chicks and your different succulents and things. It does have a little hole at the bottom, so you can remove this for drainage. It's gray. It looks like a whiskey barrel. And then there's this cute little puppy checking things out on the inside. If it were my puppies, their head would be in the dirt foraging for every leaf, root, and bug they can find. This one's a little more well-behaved. So we have that for you, that cute little puppy. You could buy this too and then plant like some pansies or a little geranium and give it as a gift too. That's kind of fun for a teacher's gift, end of school year. And then we also have that same planter with the kitty cat. So for all my cat lovers out there, we did not forget about you. There's the sweet kitty peeking in to see what she can see. All right? Cute, right? Look at that face. All right, so those are available. And then, but wait, there's more. I want to show you. Can you see this right here? Have you noticed this over here? This is a garden stake that is an angel. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So this is done in kind of a weathered copper. Again, it has sort of like a rustic folk art look to her. And you can see she has her open wings. There's a little bit of a verdigris wash. The skirt is all open, but look at the flowers down below. She's holding a little heart. She comes with the stake, and you just put it in any flower pot you have in your backyard or any place where you have a garden. Maybe she is the angel who is watching over your memorial garden from your pets or whatever it might be. Gives a little height, and I think she's absolutely charming. Bernadette and I went bananas when we saw her when we went to Atlanta. And again, you will just put the stake together. It's really easy. You just screw the pieces together just like that. And she's just sweet and cute as can be. Great little housewarming gift, fun by your front door. Like I feel like her the same way I feel when I see a wreath on somebody's front door. Like when I see a wreath on somebody's front door, I think somebody nice lives there. Because they wanted their front door to be welcoming and they wanted people to come in. And I sort of feel that way about this angel too. I feel like if she was near the front door, like I would feel very comfortable going to that front door. Somebody nice lives there. Isn't she sweet? All right, so that is our cute angel. We don't have a lot of her to go around. So if you do like her, make sure you get her, I think, and then take pictures of her. I want to see them. Where did you put her in your garden? Because I think she is pretty terrific. And then also for your garden, hang on, I'm just going to take a quick sip of water. And are we getting dark enough that you can see the glow over there, Kylie? You can see it on the one a little bit, right? Bring one over, maybe. Yeah, I have to get, oh, there it goes. Turn on, turn on, turn on. There it goes. Do you see them? All right, so there are our beautiful glowing pieces. I'm going to stand up for just a second and grab a couple things here, because I want to grab these for everybody to see too. And I think we can, oh, good. You see that from the distance? It's glowing. All right, so let me do that and I'll do this one so you can see. Okay, so these are our Loomies lanterns. And I'm pretty sure we still have the offer with Loomies that if you buy more than one, you save 10% on your whole order, your Loomies order. So each Loomies, and this is what's important. And Kylie, maybe let's just dim those lights for a second, because maybe they'll glow a little better. Let's see what happens here. Oh, that's better, right? Yeah, why not? I know it might look a little grainy, but that's okay. All right, so here's the beauty of Loomies. First of all, they kind of look like how like a Chinese paper lantern would look. So imagine, I like to hang them in this tree right behind me here. Um, but the beauty is, so it's this sort of flexible, right, item, but it's not made of paper. So the wind, the rain's not going to tear it up, not going to destroy it, none of that. It's made of that Tyvek, which is this, highly wind resistant, water resistant, sun resistant lantern or material that they've made these lanterns out of. Not only have they colored the Tyvek, they've been able to create these beautiful laser type patterns. And what's cool, you can see it on my face, is that it glows and reflects that pattern down below on your garden bed, maybe up against the wall in your at your home. They're fantastic. It's all controlled. The batteries are included, which I love. And you get a remote control, and the remote control gives you the option to do 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, or 4 hour. You can just put it on and turn it off at your leisure. And you can also do brighter or dimmer. So I just dimmed it, and now I'm making it the brightest. Okay. We have so many shapes and so many colors and so many patterns. I would encourage you to go to justjillshop.com, type in Lumiz, Lumiz, in the search window. Kylie can also give you a link to the Lumiz collection and see all of the shapes, sizes, colors, patterns that you would like to have. And take advantage of that buy more and save. If you buy one, the price is what it is. If you buy two, and I think you'll want a couple. I just think once you get them at home and mix and match the shapes and the colors and everything, that's what makes the look. You save 10% on your entire Lumiz order. So use that little bit of discount, saving $4 or $5 here or there, it all adds up. So this is one of our newer shapes. This is called the tulip shape. And then back there we have our elongated long cylinder. I think the biggest one there is called the jar shape. I like that one quite a bit. And there's so many different colors and patterns and things to choose from. And they're very easy to put together too. I'll just do this one for you to show you. So when you get yours, it's going to be flat like this. Obviously the light's not going to be on. Let me turn off the light.
Make sure to flip on the light switch.
Okay. So when you get it at home, you're going to put your battery in and make sure you switch on your on switch. Okay. You're going to do all that before you open it up. You're going to get this longer metal piece that fastens on each side on the inside. And that essentially is what becomes the frame for the lantern, as you pull it up. Okay. And once you pull it up to the top, you fit the end of that metal piece into those little holes there. Hang on just a second. I was trying to do it for the camera. All right. It really is easy. I'm just making it hard. Okay. There we go. So you're going to pull it up. What do I do here, Kylie? Oh, I see what I did. There it is. Okay. I just need to start from the beginning is what I need to start and not try to do it the quick way. I don't know what I did here. Kylie's going to help me because she's the pro. I think I just got it stuck when I unhooked it. All right. I'm going to show you one out of the package because it really is easy. By the way, aren't these great? They're solar, so when it gets dark, they glow like that. It looks like fireflies in a jar, and then you have your pretty, I'm covering it up, your little designs. Okay, so here's what you do. It comes in a box like this. Here's the lantern. Okay, so see how it does that? And then that metal piece is what helps to hold it and stabilize it on the interior. Although it may not seem intuitive, the top of the lantern is this. Okay, that's the top. That's where the light is. Okay, so that's the top of the lantern. It stays open at the bottom. And then all you're going to do is take your long piece here. See right there? There's two of those little nodules. That's what the little smaller end, I'm going to hold it there. That's what that hooks into. 1, 2. My bad eyes. And then you're going to pull up the lantern so that it hooks on the top. And now you've got your lantern. Okay? So it is easy. And then you have the little piece that you'll put on the top for hanging. But you just hook it right in there and you're good to go. All right? So it's that easy. So durable, weather resistant. When we showed you these a couple weeks ago, we showed you side by side one from last year that Bernadette left out all winter. She put it out in the summer. She had it out all summer, fall, winter, beginning of spring. we held it up next to the brand new version of that lantern. You couldn't tell them apart. So they won't tear, they don't rip, they don't disintegrate. They will look good for years out on your back patio. And remember, you don't have to necessarily have them in a tree. I love that look, having a whole bunch of them hanging down, but you could just put a stake, out in the middle of your garden bed and hang it there. You could do a draped look with some fishing wire from your pergola and have them hanging there. I mean, there's so many things that you can do with them, but look at the shapes and colors and patterns because they're really special. And I think once you sort of find the few that you like, you'll be thrilled. And then that too. Last but not least, actually, I have two things. I just wanted to remind you that our pretty light up bird displays are marked down $29. We only have a couple left. We have the beautiful cardinal with this pretty floral scene. And then as much as I love cardinals, there's something about the colors, I think, of the hummingbird with the pinks and the purples. And I think if you do that, it's on a timer, by the way, with, your pretty pink tulips. I think those look great together. So that's an easy way to decorate a great gift item. I love this for, somebody who might be recovering in a hospital. Maybe they can't have fresh flowers, obviously can't have candles, those kinds of things, but you can set this on a timer. So by day, it looks like this, which is pretty, but then at night, it'll automatically come on and give a very pretty soft glow. And you can see the artwork on that is really nice. And then now, last but not least, our pretty firefly jar pieces. So you have your choice here. We debuted these last year and we had a bird and you loved it. It sold out. So we brought the bird back. This is the hummingbird with those beautiful morning glories. And then we have one with little bumblebees and lavender. It will come with a little mini garden stake so you can hang it. And all you'll need to do, the lid here, make sure you turn it on, okay, when you get it at home. Put it out in the sun where it's going to get full sun. And then by day, it's looking like this. And at night, it will glow. And you'll have those beautiful little twinkly fairy lights. And then, as the sun comes back up, then it will turn back off. So it kind of turns on and off on its own based on darkness. We've had these sitting out here on our patio table to get charged for the last couple of weeks. And it's so fun every night when I bring the dogs out and everything to see these little glowing, jar lanterns all around. I love this as a gift too. So that one is the hummingbird with the little morning glories. And then don't forget, we have the bird. Can you see them glowing back there? Aren't they pretty? Like, don't they look good? They're so pretty. We have the bird and then we have the bumblebee with the lavender. So you can see close-up details of those over at justjillshop.com. All right, before I go, that was a lot to bring you, but we have a lot of special offers. And remember, they're all expiring end of the day tomorrow as far as our anniversary specials. The Power Beads by Jen, $39 price point. The extra 2-ounce room spray with all of your home fragrances. Some of the special sale offers that we've brought to you this month. So any questions about anything before we sign off? Did you all like doing this outside? What do you think? Did you like it? Except for the wind blowing a little bit. I thought it was kind of nice and cozy. Kind of like doing it out here, Kylie. What do you think? Maybe this is our regular spot for the next month or so. Maybe we'll do it on the fire table one night. That could be nice. I don't know. What do y'all think? Any questions, everybody? Anything I can help you with? Bueller? Anyone? Thanks, Janice. Thanks, Diane. Happy anniversary. Been with you all 4 years. Enjoyed all the things I bought. I've talked with Bernadette a couple of times. She was a delight and very friendly and helpful. Bernadette's great. If you've had any issues with any of your orders or anything like that, you all know she handles it with pure class. So certainly, like this is the Just Jill anniversary, but it's an anniversary for our whole team because everybody works really hard to bring you what we bring you. All right. Anything else? Peggy got the cross power bead bracelet and you love it. I'm so glad to hear that. Great. Can't wait till Cinco de Mayo TSV. Oh, Lana. So Lana is talking about the fact, I'll give you all a sneak peek. As you know, I go on air at QVC now as the brand ambassador for J Jewelry. J Jewelry is a division of the John Hardy Jewelry Company. Beautiful, high-end designer quality sterling silver, gemstone, touches of gold, diamonds, etc. Well, on Monday, so late Sunday night into all day Monday, we have a Today Special Value. It's the first time that Jay has done anything like this in its 12 years of being on QVC. And the whole process to create this TSV actually started with a John Hardy bracelet that my husband gave me. So I am excited to share that with everybody all day on Monday. It's a beautiful piece of jewelry. It's weighty. It has over 100 links of sterling silver. It takes over 5 hours to create just one of them, and they are created by hand. So we're pretty excited about it. So if you can join me on Monday, I hope that you do. It should be great. All right. Anything else I can do for all of you? Thank you so much for being here. I adore you all. Thank you from our entire team at Just Jill for supporting us for the last 4 years. I referenced this earlier. Being an entrepreneur is not easy. Starting new ventures is not easy. Being in the retail world on the heels of COVID was not easy. But I appreciate that all of you showed up and were willing to take a look at what we had. Were willing to take a leap of faith to shop with us and see what we could deliver. And I appreciate your loyalty. I appreciate your friendship, your support. And we enjoy finding things for you, but even more, we enjoy hearing that you are loving what you're finding from us. So thank you. Have a great rest of your night. See you on QVC all day Monday. And we'll do a Facebook Live again next Tuesday. You know me, Energizer Bunny. Here we go. And May's going to be a great month. We actually have some new things coming in May, and some pretty major things coming in June too. So here's to 4+ years. Have a good night, everybody. We're going to eat crab cakes, cookies, and pretzels. And cheers with a Lolita glass. All right. Have a good night. See you soon. Cheers.